really kicked off when the grocery store closed on 23rd and MLK on the east side. That's when I started to understand more about the business of food and grocery. There was an access gap because there was a communication gap. This came from my own experiences with not having food. I realized that what they were asking for is not what people in leadership were delivering. We have a very particular passion to make sure we bypass all the bureaucracy and get this food directly into neighbors.
The greens were much cleaner than you get in the store. Kind of resonant of what it used to be when I was growing up.
Starts with understanding that what we're creating here is because we believe what we can do.
This is a model. This is a template that can be replicated and recreated nationwide.
Welcome to Share the Tea Tuesdays. I'm so excited. I don't know about you, but hey, I'm ready for my big bucket of popcorn, even though it may not be that big, but I'm ready for my bucket of popcorn for this movie premiere. So welcome to Share the Tea Tuesdays. Hello, Apollo. How are you?
I'm doing good. About yourself?
Not too bad, not too bad. Now, Apollo is with Bigger Than Food Foundation, and this is not his first time being on Share the Tea Tuesdays. We're gonna call him a vet because he's been around for a minute. I'm gonna be honest, you're pretty much one of my advisors. When I need some questions, I always call. I'm always calling Apollo. So I appreciate you taking me off of block status. Thank you, thank you. So
Yeah, you wasn't on block.
I went
Stop
on
playing.
block. Thanks, appreciate it.
No,
Can you
not you.
tell us?
It's other people though.
We won't talk about that. We're gonna let that go. Let that go.
No, they know.
So tell us about Bigger Than Food Foundation.
Yeah,
what exactly is that?
yeah. The mission of the Bigger the Food Foundation is to inspire the built-in environment through economic development and cultural enterprise in both the urban and rural communities. So that's just a fancy way of us saying that we use food as a way to drive economic spending, and we highlight culture to support urban and rural communities. The foundation started from, honestly, in 2018, no, 2017. I was in the early stage trying to figure out what I wanted to do with OKC Black Eats, and then started a foundation name. And so to keep people from being so stuck on the fact that we were supporting Black-owned restaurants, and during that time, a bit challenging and as it relates or highlighting Black-owned businesses. Our mission is bigger than food. To get people off of it, it wasn't about just the restaurants and getting butts and seats. It was creating awareness of Black-owned restaurants across the metro, and also with stimulate the economy. So it started from there, and then in 2023, officially got our IRS 501c3 from being a not-for-profit status. And from 2023, our forward-facing brand is Bigger Than Food. So the brand Bigger Than Food has been around for going on 8 years. And now we're just focused on fulfilling our mission and attacking things in a whole lot, in a different way. But we're not leaving anything else behind. We're just doing it a different way.
Okay, definitely. Now, at the beginning of the trailer, you mentioned about the grocery store closing on 23rd.
Mhm.
And you said when that happened, it just what just took through your mindset at that time, or for the community?
Yeah,
What do you think really took place?
that was during that time it was an interesting time
Hmm.
because here you had this what was a sudden closure of a valuable resource on the east side. but there have been years of the need for fresh food, affordable food, addressing food security. I like to say security versus security, addressing food security.
Mhm.
And so what had happened is like it was like this perfect storm. Economy was down. This was pre-COVID, or it was kind of pre-COVID-ish. Um, so what had happened, the hope was, I was a part of a task force. The hope was there'd be a resolution between the owners of the grocery store at that time, some city leaders, and community folks. Didn't happen. At that time, not knowing what I didn't know, it was challenging. So we were trying to pull resources together. We were doing community days to get access to get food to people. It was a scramble. So in that experience, I realized the business of grocery, the margins of food in the grocery store business. We realized that there was some odd way that we were not able to connect farmers with people. And a solution became, let's do a bunch of community raised gardens on the east side. It became a big movement, a valuable movement. But there was, to me, there was still this disconnect. Like, why is it so hard to get food, good food to
Right.
people, but we couldn't get good food to people. It was easy to get processed foods that led to adverse outcomes. So I could say at that time, I think everybody did what was necessary to get a resource. So out of that, you had more demand for bus routes came out of that. You had more conversations about food access in pantries. You had a whole lot more things that were going on
Mhm.
that built upon. And of course, we have the new Homeland store on 36 in Lincoln. So a lot of panic, but I can say a lot of resiliency came out of it. But I did learn more about the business of food during that.
Food, yeah. So we do consider Oklahoma, like, I don't want to say a farm nation, but we do have a lot of farmers here. They may not be as big as those, the major big farmers, corporations, and all those different things, but we do have a lot of local farmers here. Were you able to, did you find that there were more local farmers that wanted their products in the grocery stores, but they were having problems making that connection?
Yeah, I mean, you have to go back way before the grocery store closed. I don't want to center
Right.
everything around the grocery store closing, but Oklahoma, in its, of course, early stage, is oil and gas, energy, and agriculture. And the beginning of the statehood was the top two, largest industries. And looking at now, agriculture is still a top 10 industry in the state. Oklahoma is also considered the sixth most hungriest state in the United States. We're still
Right.
known for agriculture, and there are farmers, but again, we have to take into account with Black farmers, I think there are only around 1,800, no, not 18, I think it's like 8,000 farmers. It's a small statistic. So we have a lot of landowners, people who own farmland. But when you start talking about access to capital, the ability to raise capital, to manage the farm, generational changes, how hard it is to manage, you start to lose farming and less investment. So to lose, and not just Black folks, that it affects in that space. So during that time of the heightenedness of the food access issue in the 2020, around that time, there were a lot of farmers, and there are a desire for farmers to be in grocery, in bigger stores and farmers markets. But when you don't have the means to supply and then get transportation to get them there, when you have more regulations that it costs USDA costs and regulations, makes it more expensive. So you didn't have a lot of farmers at that time that we had access to get that food to people. During COVID, it was especially hard because now you
Right.
have regulations. You can't
Right.
go straight from your farm to a grocery
Mhm.
store and to people. So you had to find ways to get around that too. So it was definitely a scramble. But what we're seeing now stabilizing a little bit and more of an interest of a newer generation of people, millennials especially, that want to become the next wave of farmers in Oklahoma.
Mm. So there was a question I was going to ask you, but it has said you mentioned a statement, and I was like, oh, I want to ask about that, but it's gone now, so it may come back to me. But I want to say with resources, do because I know you've been in Oklahoma for a very very long time. Do you find now after COVID that it's really hard to come through with useful resources that the community will take advantage of?
Mm.
That looks like a loaded question. Look how you look. Apollo.
I want to. Okay, this is how I'll answer it. Um,
Okay.
I um, I left, of course, most folks know part of my journey after high school. Left, transferred to Houston after attending University of Tulsa. Came back 10 years ago. Be 10 years ago this month. And what I have come to understand is we must change how we look at what resources that we need. Um, we talk about resources in the community. The community is consisted of people, and people are the resource. We are the talent. The individuals are the talent. And we have to take an honest inventory of our talent and stop
Mm,
overlooking it. Because what we have in our brains, the tools we have access to, we create the commerce in our community. There's been this dependence on programs, tax dollars, and maps, and grants, and all that. And we need it, and so do we as a foundation. But I've also come to understand that the innovation and ingenuity of us and creativity of people and community is it starts with us to create and build something. And I've noticed that there's been too much dependency on somebody else to save us versus looking at
mm.
my
That's
neighbor.
a good way of putting it.
My
Yeah.
neighbor can grow. Being in Spencer now, it's I'm driving past houses all the time that have farm equipment or have knowledge. We're going to go knock on doors, and it's like, man, I didn't even know that. Um, you know, 4 to 5 feet deep. Didn't understand why until you start talking to people. So I want us to think about the resources that you need are found in community, and that is people. We got to
Mm.
build it from there because if a government program goes away, that resource has gone away,
Go
but the
away.
people are still there.
Right. Now, I like that you mentioned that because we went through that government shutdown in 2025, right? And it lasted 40 something days. And so, and when it
Too long.
really got to when it really got to the point of affecting individuals with SNAP, it it seemed like all of a sudden everybody was looking for resources. Like, where is this? Where is that? And I'm like, well, these have been here all the time. And
They've
so
been
it
there.
made me it made me wonder, like, now we have it's almost like uh, they flooded the resources so much to where they depleted them of what they did have. And I don't
Yep.
know. I was just kind of like, hmm.
Yeah, and I think what we've noticed coming out of COVID, you're seeing more um, two-income households
Mhm.
that are needing food assistance.
Yes.
So if you really look at it, Oklahoma as a state is not creating new jobs. So there's
Right.
not new income coming in. There's not new taxes coming in. So get beyond the smoke and mirrors of this political stuff. When they're saying they don't want federal resources, it's not true. Because during COVID, probably more than I think it was like 54 uh, billion dollars or some crazy number was
Hmm.
injected into the state from federal resources. And if it wasn't for that, we didn't have none. Well, you
Yeah.
look at the
Right.
last couple of years, the reason why they pulled money from SNAP and they didn't support summer feeding program for 2 summers is because the state is not generating tax revenue. So we're seeing the ripple effects of decisions made before that are happening today. And during SNAP was very eye-opening when they suspended SNAP. We suspected it was coming. We were in DC in February advocating for small business tax relief, and
I
all of the
remember
Oklahoma
seeing that.
delegates, all of the Oklahoma delegates voted in a way that was detrimental to healthcare, health outcomes, food, hospitals. And so now
Hmm.
let's
Here we
do
are.
these things and make it political and as you're saving something, but you didn't do anything to make it worse. So during COVID, when we still had mustard greens in the farm on the garden, seeing people come out and hearing them say, I'm picking stuff for myself and I got some for my neighbors. I mean, that just did something to my heart because when you hear people like I'm coming out here to get food and I'm giving it to people, and then to hear them reach back out to us and say, hey, we love the food and it tastes great. When y'all doing it more, it really spoke to that we are on the right track in what we're doing with adding the farm to our portfolio of things.
Absolutely, absolutely, and I appreciate you taking the initiative and having the dedication to do it because it is a lot of work. It is a lot of work, and I follow you, and I watch your videos and your commentary, and you remind me of my grandfather. Now you're not as old as him. I don't want to offend you, but just when I was
I'm
younger,
not
because
50 yet.
no, you're not there. But when I was younger, he had a huge farm with cattle and all this other stuff, and just seeing that, and it just reminded me of, dang, I remember when I used to do that, and how, they
Mm,
teach you if you don't work, you don't eat. So you have to go out and
yep.
produce some food, go out there and shuck the corn, do what you need to do.
Yep.
Why do you think we've kind of gotten away from farm life, especially when we're in Oklahoma and we have all this land? Even if you have a little bit of yard in your backyard, you can still have a garden. But why have we gotten away from farm life? What do you think it
I,
is?
I think industry has changed.
Hmm.
I think industry has changed. And, you have your economies have come in. We want it to be biotech. We want to be industrial. There's oil and gas. You have all these things that just move people around. So when you have one of your primary industries removed from the state, like for example, I'm born and raised in Duncan. That's where Halliburton was founded. Growing up, nearly everybody worked at Halliburton. But when Halliburton moved its headquarters, the people went. So they followed jobs. And then over time, economy, demand, industries change, how you get things to people change, policies were outdated. So farmers market concepts are still fairly relatively new. Transportation has not improved. So you have all these things that happen. And although Oklahoma is still very much an agricultural state, we still have a ways to go in deciding what kind of state we truly want to be that creates stability for neighborhoods. I like to equate it like this. When we talk about a neighborhood, it's like the street or blocks that you live on. Community is a larger area. I think we often will convolute community and neighborhood as being the same thing, and they're not. Just because I don't live on a particular area of town doesn't mean I'm not part of that community. So things have changed. I think millennials have contributed more to the consciousness of health. That generation, they love Coke Zeros, Pepsi Zeros. They're just a little bit too picky. They can't cook. Uh, they don't. They're not that good being food reviewers. They eat fried chicken and sloppy stuff all the time. They don't know good food. This is, I'm a Gen Xer. Um, but the benefits of that is they're going back to how do you start to grow your own and be more independent. So we're getting there. I think everything is a cycle, and we're getting there. I'm excited to see it, and I'm excited part of it. One thing you mentioned about even your grandfather, in my genealogy research, I just found out like within the last year, my great grandfather, we knew he was a farmer, but when I was trying to find his birth records, I realized that I found his date of death was exactly 3 years before my birthday. So he died on the same day I was born 3 years earlier. So I'm like, wait a minute, in doing purposeful, intentional work, you pick these things up. And your farming is hard, but for me, it's not hard because I enjoy it. Because um, uh, I understand the deeper reason of why it's being done, and to find out that my great grandfather, my maternal great grandfather, was a farmer, and he passed 3 years before I was born on the same day. man, that just wasn't another confirmation that God was doing his thing.
Mhm. Yes, yes, definitely, definitely. So let me ask you a question because I know you have Spencer that we're
Mhm.
focused on right now, but what was your collaboration with Lynn? Were you doing something with that farm? Um, what is that? Is that Chesapeake area? That's
Yeah, the former Chesapeake Garden. So now it's the Lennox to Chesapeake Garden, and that's how it started. I mean, people ask me, how'd you get into the farm? Part of the foundation work. It just started to. I started to get pulled in the way of. I just kind of frankly, I got tired of when people start talking about getting food to people. It's processed food.
right.
As you get older, you're mindful of what you eat. So you go to the food pantries, and it's like, hey, I served in that space and boards, and I'm like, but you all don't receive fresh food from a garden, or it's chips and cereals, and I get it. It's
Noodles yeah.
nothing against it, but so I said, well, we wanted to do 2 raised beds, and the reason why we did that because we were developing our young professionals board, and that was one of the things we wanted to start with. So teamed up with Lynn Institute, they're definitely a part of this story, and we adopted 2 raised beds, and we learned what to do. We didn't know all what to do. We had some great people, Mr. Micah Anderson, um, several of the people over at Linux to their staff, friends we knew, just started growing. And the things that grew was watermelon and okra.
Oh, I saw the
We had,
story of the okra. You were doing too much
yeah,
with that okra.
man, that okra grew to be 6'4", and it was doing a bunch of crazy stuff. So that started there.
Okay.
And then that was May. We started planting in March, started harvesting in May, and then reconnected with childhood best friend who owned the 13 acres in Spencer that we're on, and went out to his farm. Like this was June.
Oh
So
wow.
we talking about we started in February, started harvesting in March and in May. Um, and then in June, we were talking about just growing food on the farm. The name Growing for Good had not, the farm name hadn't come about at that point yet. It was just he had greens there. He had a lot of stuff going on. We was going to partner. Our plan was to maybe expand to partner with someone with a farm that 2027.
Okay.
We talked,
But
we shook hands, and from there, again, God did his thing. And so here we are, not even a year later, having the farm, a lot of great things are happening. We harvested over 2,000 pounds of food that we gave away, which is an equivalent of about $10,000 worth of food that
wow.
we've given away.
Right.
And, so we went from that little small section that we created to now we're to grow 70,000 pounds on 4.25 acres. And it's just growing. It's growing. A lot's happened in the last few months. Like, this ain't nothing but God doing this thing. I'm just trying to do my best to steward it.
Right. And you're doing an amazing job. You're doing an
Yeah,
amazing job. It's gonna it's
it might look like it from the outside, but on the inside, I'm like, whew,
right. I
come on,
know.
I need a
You
break.
so the key to the okra, since you're a man and you have man hands, to not let it get any bigger than your index or middle finger.
Mhm.
So that's that's the rule of thumb that I was taught because I
Well,
was like,
we had to figure that out. I didn't know
oh,
that.
that okra's a
I honestly, we didn't know that. We had
I
to figure
know. I
it out because we didn't realize that how fast okra was going to grow.
Mhm.
And we would do like on a Tuesday, by Thursday, like, what is this? And then
What, right?
we learned so much from it. And what's interesting thing is too, when I was pulling them up as we we're cleaning the beds out, the inside of the stem of the okra plant is
Mhm.
is has a lot of moisture and gel on the inside, which makes sense why they don't require a lot of water. And you
Right.
just learn so much. And then the connection between okra and West Africa, it was just, and I've grown to love okra and watermelon in a whole different way now.
in a different way, right? Definitely. So I will say, now there's this new tip about okra water.
Hmm.
Like you're supposed, have you seen that going around where you supposed to
Hmm.
store the water and you drink it or wash your hair or something like that? And I was
Yeah.
like, no, I've never heard that before because okra gets a little
Yeah.
slimy.
Yeah. I think it's been a new thing here lately.
Mhm.
I haven't heard a lot of nutritional benefits of okra, and how sometimes it was used by our ancestors who were enslaved in different ways. And okra as a plant has a whole lot of yes, medicinal properties to it. It's not just a plant that you eat. So I didn't realize that people actually are eating the leaves or even the
Okay.
flower of the
I don't know.
okra. If you have a boil on your skin, you take the flower on the okra and rub it on that boil, and it heals the boil on your skin.
Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah. I
Okay.
learned a whole lot of
Listen,
stuff. Yeah,
Apollo, you're going to write a book.
I am actually writing a book, but that's the thing.
Oh, oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't even know what the book is about, but
yeah. I finished
the
it. I
whole
finally finished my coloring books. We got a coloring book coming out soon called
I
Coloring for the
saw
Culture. That's almost
that.
done. It's
Look
almost
at
done. It's almost done.
you. Yes. I said he is being so innovative, just coming up with different ideas. I love that. So the coloring book is coming out soon
Mhm.
because I saw that on
Yeah, yeah.
social
It's
media.
still on brand. Yeah, it's still on
Okay.
brand. I just felt like to engage with youth, we needed to have more faces that look like us and
Mhm.
food that reminded of it was culturally forward. So that's what it's about. This first one is centered strictly around African American, and Caribbean cuisines and culture and food. So we'll just keep building on it. Different ones coming out, and I'm excited because I'll be a coloring book author, and this new things coming
Yeah. Now how long do we have to wait for that to come out?
out. It's submitting to Amazon tomorrow,
Okay.
and they say it takes 72 hours. So hopefully we'll have it ready around MOK-ish time. Let's hope I don't get rejected. So we'll see.
You're not gonna get rejected. We're not gonna speak that into yes, that it's gonna come. Awesome. Because I want to make sure that for Black Children Books Oklahoma that we definitely support you and get some coloring books to give to our kiddos throughout the National Week of
When is
Black Children Books Week. It's the last week of
when is
February
that?
and it starts
Okay.
on I think it's the 22nd. It should be that Sunday to the 28th. And on the 28th, we have an expo, the book for expo with all the different authors, and we have different featured authors throughout the week, so they can
Okay.
share their story and with the audience and everything. So we're gonna get you in the well, I'm gonna keep you in the loop either way. So,
Okay.
but yes, that would be
That's
awesome. It's good you're doing amazing work as always. And I want to take a shift just a little bit because you have a it's not a class, but is it I'm messing up my words, but the where you're learning how to become a farmer or to learn how to grow your food. What's the name of the
mhm.
program?
We're calling it it's our Certified Community Gardener Leader Program. Long,
There we
yeah,
go.
thing. Yeah, yeah.
Certified Community Leader
Um,
Program. Okay.
mhm.
So tell me about that.
Yeah. So that came about, and people were asking me questions like I knew all that I was supposed to do. Um,
Right.
so, and I think am I still? I think I lost.
You still here? You talking?
You see me?
Yes, I see you.
I lost connection. Okay, so it started from that, and then the more I started to learn, I didn't realize going back to even the grocery store closing, there wasn't truly, in my opinion, there wasn't an updated process. I'm a process person. I think processes lead you to greater success, and so I didn't see a process, and I definitely didn't see in any type of updated manuals that took our cultural knowledge and put it in a way to learn. So the Certified Community Gardener Leader Initiative is our way of getting people a chance to learn on our farm. So whatever we are doing, we're teaching that. We're not gatekeeping it, but it's also we're giving you a manual on what we did. So everything that we did, we're showing you what we did, and here's a manual that you get, so you can go to your neighborhood and your community. You can repeat it. One gap that I've noticed is when you're teaching it, or maybe I'm not comfortable asking a question, I stop. We wanted them to be able to say, you can always come back to the farm. Exactly what we're doing, you can see it here. Now you can do it in a garden bed, you can do it in a pot, but exactly what we're doing, we're providing the atmosphere for it. So it's simple. It's free to sign up. You can complete 50 hours between March and November. Volunteer on your schedule. There's 6 one-hour courses that you take. You become a certified community gardener leader, and you get a manual. If you want to even adopt some space at the farm. See, the farm is part of our bigger plan. It's part of our supply chain. We control the food source, get it to our neighbors and friends. We supply food for restaurants. We create jobs and interns, et cetera. But we don't want the farm to be a place where you think about coming to go work to volunteer to get food. We literally want people to, hey, if you're out and the gates are open, come pop up pull a chair up and hang up under a tree. Have a place to go as like an oasis, a place of refuge, because I can say for me personally, the farm has been a place that I want to be there. It's quiet. It's been great for me to hear God in the garden, some self-reflection. I'm more productive. And I want people to feel like, hey, if I come out there, do I got to work? No, if you want to sit on the porch, sit on the porch. If you got an old school folding chair and the shade tree over there, just don't get my favorite spot. And you can sit out there and just chill. We want it to be a community place. And I believe Spencer deserves that. Spencer is a special place. I've always known this, but we want it to be a place where people are proud of. And we want it to be a place where folks can say, like, I met people. I feel like I'm a part of community. And this is coming out of an amazing place like Spencer.
Now, since you brought up Spencer, because I was getting ready to lead into where is this farm. So it's in the good old country town of Spencer. What made you pick that location? I know you mentioned about a friend, and you guys became partners. Was that just kind of fell in your lap like that, or were you seeking for the Spencer area?
No.
You're like, nope.
Honestly, that was one of the questions. This goes into the film, so you have to stay to the end. There's another part after the film is over where I go into really my testimony. And one of the questions that the co-producer asked is like, how did I find the farm? I wasn't looking for one. I wasn't looking to have a farm, own a farm, where I wanted the farm to be. It was a thought. And then when a mutual best friend from Duncan talked to Mike, mutual best friend, hey, Apollo's doing greens. Doing okra and watermelon. Talk to him about your greens. That's how it happened. So we were out in his farm. We talked. Me and Mike are doers. So it's like, hey, you want to do it? It's like, yeah. That's why I said earlier, I didn't have a name for the farm yet. I was just doing what I was drawn to do. The name of the farm didn't come about really until probably like maybe settled on that, and things just kept rolling. But now I'm glad we're there. It's 18, beautiful place, the landscape. People super nice and friendly. Reminds me of home. I'm happy that God led us there.
Yeah, Spencer is a friendly city.
Yeah.
Listen to me like I'm a like I'm one of the representatives or something for a commercial.
Well, we were shooting the film. The director, Dondre Williams, for the film, he took his drone out. And I tell this to people all the time. When you see, people talk about Oklahoma skyline, but when you see the trees up high and a different view of the east side, of the south side, of Spencer, you see how beautiful it is. And we show that in the film, but it also makes you appreciate the fact that if you can change your perspective, you can appreciate what you have. We often look at things from the ground, from the floor, from one perspective. But when you change your perspective, you get to see like the resources are all around us.
Mm.
And that's part of the reason why I'm hoping, not I'm hoping, I'm expecting that because of what we're doing, it'll bring other things out of the garden, out of the farm. To the steward it. And we'll do Spencer, but we'll be across the state. It's coming too. But we're not gonna leave Spencer behind at this because great things are gonna come out to show people how amazing Spencer really is.
Yes, definitely, definitely, definitely. We're gonna continue to move Spencer forward,
Oh yeah,
and by you bringing what you're doing to in our community, it's only going to get bigger and better. And
yep,
so I'm hoping that the Spencer community is listening, or people that are from Spencer, know people in Spencer, to make sure that you connect with Bigger Than Food Foundation. Sign up for the program. You said it starts in March. So do they have like
yeah.
another week or
Ah,
two
so
weeks
we got
before?
we get to 50. We capping it
Oh,
off. So we have 37 people signed up so far.
okay.
So when it gets to 50, that's it. We're doing the orientation in February next month, and then we'll start getting people scheduled to come out, take a look at the farm, do some orientation stuff, and make it fun. And
Okay.
so I'm excited.
Yeah.
Here's what's interesting is though, 95% of the people signed up are women.
Well, what were you? No, I shouldn't say that like that. Were you expecting it to be male dominant?
I was expecting more men, but
You were expecting more
95%
men?
of the yeah, I thought it was only a few more, but 95% are women, and most of the men, yeah, they have the farm equipment. Yeah, I'm like, guys, like, need y'all out here too, because um, we all need to learn, you know,
Right.
on farming and nature. And so, but it's a beautiful thing to see folks out there doing things. So, and I'm
Doing the
learning
thing.
too. There's a lot of stuff I don't know. So them folks teaching me.
Yes, yes. Well, that's a good thing. Kudos to the women for signing up.
Oh yeah,
We can back up a little, but encourage the men to come in and take forward. So you have 37 spots already filled. Once you get to 50, you have to shut it
yeah.
down. And so where can they sign up for that? Which website?
Oh, it's real easy. If they just go to growingforgoodfarm.com, they'll see on the resource tab, they'll be able to sign up there. And if they have a hard time seeing it there, they can always send us a DM on social media to Bigger Than Food. We'll send them the link. It's a simple questionnaire. It's free to sign up. We're just asking some basic questions for that. And then we also have an opportunity for chefs, private chefs, restaurants, food trucks. You want to buy food from a farm food that's naturally grown. Um, then we offer that opportunity as well. We're partnering with other local farmers, Black farmers and ranchers, who offer things that we don't offer. We've
Okay.
secured a relationship with a Black rancher in Bixby who does beef. He has cattle out there, so we are connecting with him. There are a lot of different things that we're doing to connect there. So more things are coming. We're getting to the place where we're better organizing our information because we have so many things that we're doing. And I think sometimes we do so much. We have so much coming at the same time.
Yeah.
Um, and so we're just trying to organize it in a better way to get people engaged. But to see that we are committed to our mission, we are going to make it happen.
Definitely, definitely. Now, is there an age range for people to sign up? Because I know you probably definitely don't want like young kids signing up.
Yes.
Do you have a
Yeah.
preference on who should sign
We
up?
don't
Because
have we don't have a youth component yet.
okay.
The reason why we're focusing on adult ages, I would say 21 and up, because we want to focus on the people who make decisions in the household. So
Makes
because the
sense.
kid, like for example, I teach a kid how to do farming, it's fun for them. If they go home, they may not have the support and they're not going to be able to communicate to the parent or guardian why they should do something different. So we can change the dynamics of the decisions in the household. Trickles down. It influences the youth. So we are having active conversations with another black farmer, woman on farm, black woman on farm, and working through those conversations so they can take that component of it, so
Mhm.
they can handle that part, and we focus on adult age. So if but the kids
Right.
come out, which they do, they're more than welcome to come out. But we're focused on we focus on the adults, the one that buy the groceries
Right.
and cook the food.
That makes sense. So into when does this movie come out? The movie premiere? Where is it being shown? And how can we get tickets?
It's easy. Yes, the Growing for Good documentary will be released February 21st. It's our movie premiere. It's my second film as executive producer. It is a film that is produced and directed by um, Will Films Studios, which is Dondre and his wife Kayla Williams. Kayla, y'all may have seen her when she's a journalist. She was on Fox 25 Live Oklahoma for some years. Dondre is a amazing filmmaker. He's actually from Houston, so he's from Houston. He's from Acres Home, Fofo, North Side. I found that out as we were talking. But it's February 21st, starting at 2 o'clock. We're actually going to show three films. The very first film that I did, featuring it's called Black Eats, that featured nacho cheesecake. That was in 2019. And then we have another film which we're featuring Chef Ed Porter's film, which is similar. He did a film talking about farming in California and Mexico. Black chef. We'll do his film, and then we'll end it with ours, Growing for Good. So the movie premieres is also includes. We have general admission tickets, $10, but then we have a 5-course dinner VIP offering, which is going to be locally sourced foods during the film to enjoy. With good music, good atmosphere, cocktails and vibes. It's going to be fun. So we're excited about that, and all the proceeds benefit the foundation.
Awesome. Okay. And that's on your website where they can get
Oh yes,
tickets,
yeah,
right?
growing for good. Yeah, growingforgoodfarm.com. You go there, easy to get tickets to general admission and VIP. Tickets available. We have a lot of response on social media, so don't wait till the last minute because we get at the door. This ain't like a movie
Oh,
theater. You gotta get your tickets in advance.
get your tickets in advance. And so if you just want to see the film, it's $10. But if you want the whole VIP experience, then that's 75 or 60 something, something around there. It's a
Yeah,
VIP experience for
yeah,
you
it's gonna be
to
$65.
$65,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, five
To
courses, five courses and cocktails. I mean,
that's a lot of
that's a
food.
lot of food. It's locally sourced. Which actually is two chefs. So we have Chef Ed Porter, who's
Okay.
coming in from Minneapolis, and we have Chef Jeremy Johnson, who is the culinary director at the Eastern Food Bank of Oklahoma. Another amazing black chef. He has a catering company. Both of them are teaming up to do this to provide the catering for the film premiere.
Okay. Okay. Now, do I need to be concerned if I have any allergies? I don't need to be concerned, right? Probably not.
No,
Allergies.
you were going in and out. I think I missed you. My
Oh,
connection
no,
here is pretty bad.
oh, I was saying, do I need to be concerned if I have any allergies? Like
No,
if
but if you do, I
no.
think there's an option there to indicate if you do have any food allergies. Just indicate that, so that way we can make sure that you are offering it. So I'm big on that. So if anybody has any food allergies, please make sure that you let us know so we can make sure that you have your meal, and we'll publish the meal here in about a week or so.
Oh,
Good food,
okay.
really really good
Good.
food.
Oh, I believe you. I
Trust
believe
me,
you. So,
if I got anything to do with the food's gonna be good. Food's gonna be good.
and Apollo, you a little picky. I must just gonna
I'm not
say,
picky. I'm not
I
picky.
feel like you're just a smidge. Like
Nah,
no, he's like, no, I'm not picky.
nah.
Okay.
No, I'm not picky. I'm not picky. I just believe that it's more than fried chicken wings. It's more than burgers. It's more than what we are known for. Like Africa influences cuisines across the world. Across the
Mhm.
world. Um, we brought rice. That's why Carolina gold rice, Africa, okra, even influencing things in You think about Spanish rice and jambalaya.
Mhm.
Guess what? It's influenced by West Africa and Nigeria. So there's a lot of things that we do, and I just believe that showing the world that what you think about Black culinary is more than just Southern food.
Right.
We influence everything.
Influence everything. Yes. Now I want to share this with you. There is a book that's from the Smithsonian that talks about the culture of foods. I can't remember where I came across it, but I have it. But I'm gonna have to make sure I send you a picture of it so you can, explore that because I thought it was really nice just to kind of see how the makeup of different foods has been brought here. And of course things change and evolve, of course, but
Yeah,
yeah, we are more than just fried chicken and all that other stuff. So yes, yes, I'm excited. I'm excited. February.
and macaroni and
Yeah.
cheese. Just because you can make some macaroni and cheese does not mean you can cook. Like I'm gonna need y'all to stop. I need y'all to find something else. I'm tired of talking about macaroni and cheese. Like macaroni and cheese does not make you a good chef. I'm
You,
sorry. That make you a good caterer
you,
either. It's macaroni and
you,
cheese.
you're right.
It is.
I am not a fan of
How my
macaroni.
grandma used to make macaroni and cheese. My grandma used to make macaroni and cheese with some simple ingredients, and it still tastes better than some of these folks that put in seven and Gouda and Parmesan and that stuff.
Oh,
Like, yeah,
yeah,
stop.
just stop. Just
Just stop.
stop, huh? No one can do
Find
it like
something
grandma. I know.
else.
Oh my goodness.
Make it simple.
So one last thing I have noticed that you have some merchandise on your, I believe it's on your website or it was on social media, and it's in regards to we're more than the sauce. We're not the sauce. I'm messing it up.
Oh yeah. Maybe mess it up. It's um. Oh my goodness.
I'm messing it up. But your new
We are. Yeah,
merchandise
we
that's
are the
out, it's
sauce.
a
Yeah.
sweatshirt. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have a sweatshirt. So we have our store, our spot store. So we started creating these designs in a way to, I guess, to get the brand name out and what we do,
Hmm.
and also to support the foundation, the work that we do. So we create different ones. We're relaunching our Oklahoma Black Towns design. I'm really big
I
on
saw
owning our
that.
intellectual property. So whatever we create is our designs. I don't like to copy stuff. It just puts us as a business in a unique place that we can say it's our design. So whether
Right.
it's from For the Culture to um, We're Not Done, there's a bunch of different things. Of course, OKC Black Heats and a bunch of other things. But yeah, so if you're interested in supporting us through some good fashion, go to biggerthanfood.com, biggerthanfood.shopify.com to our Shopify store. And the good thing is, it's all the orders are fulfilled by a local Black woman owned business, Makiba Designs, Makiba Griffin. I love her. She's here in Oklahoma
Right.
City. She is fulfilling it. So you buy from a Black owned business, another Black
Okay.
owned business doing the orders and shipping them out.
Awesome. I love that because I need to place an order, especially with the one with the black towns. I when I saw that I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
I need to get that too. So I need to get two of them. So that way I can be ready on February 21st because I'm coming
Gotcha.
to walk the red carpet in my own fashioned way.
Yeah.
So, Paulo, thank you so much for coming
No
on
problem.
Share the Tea days. You are always full of wisdom in different areas, especially if it's not just business, but doing things for the community and making connections. And so I appreciate all the hard work that you do because I know it's not easy. And a lot of times you're by yourself, you don't have the support. I feel you. So I want to make sure that we as Share the Tea and S&T Enterprise support you as much as we can to get people to come out to the farm to support the programs and things that you're doing. Buy your tickets. They will not be sold at the door. Please don't show up trying to buy the don't do that. Just buy them early. They're only $10 if you just want to see the movie itself. But if you want to experience the wonderful food from two chefs,
Yeah.
I think it's more than
Two
worth it.
amazing two amazing culinary chefs that
Yeah.
do amazing work. And I just want to highlight just with you. I think when you do platforms like this, share. It's especially in Oklahoma City, for people out doing the same thing. Sometimes I feel like I'm normal faces. I'm not from Oklahoma City originally, but the fact that you're highlighting different people that some may not know about is great, and keep doing that. For February, we have several things that we have lined up. We're starting off the month. We're kicking off the month with food. We have our brunch in Harlem, which is our ode to the Oklahoma City legend Ralph Ellison at Milo Restaurant. That is 4 courses featuring executive chef Sekou Sena, who is from Gambia. He's the executive sous chef at Milo in the Ellison, and we brought and then Chef Stacy, the exec chef at Taste of +254 Taste of Africa from Kenya. So bringing those worlds together for that on Sunday to kick off Black History Month. February 5th, we have our Small Business and Town Hall Summit in partnership with the Innovation District. Richard Trent, who's the executive director of the Main Street Alliance in DC, which I'm a member of, is coming to speak because we have orientation stuff, and we are going to end the month, at least I think we're ending the month, with the premiere on the 21st. No telling, we might have something else kind of going on, but those are some key events that we have in the month of February, which can all be found on our social media, or just go to growingforgoodfarm.com to find out more information.
Yes, definitely. And you're on social media, Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah. Bigger Than Food Foundation. Easy to find. It's easy to find.
Ask Uncle Google and it'll pull it up for you. There you go. but make
Google
sure
me.
Google me. Yeah. So you guys make sure you reach out and support, share, like, and repeat again. Send the kiddos to look and explore the farm life because we I'll just be honest. When you have a garden, it's very therapeutic. It really is. It's very therapeutic. I had a garden for a few years and it just kind of it was a wear and tear on my body because I had it in ground and so I was trying to do it too much. But just being able to go outside and see what's happening, especially when nature comes with bees and the butterflies, you will look at things a totally different perspective. So I just encourage everyone to take advantage of this, please.
Yeah, and
Please.
honestly, it's we love seeing the farm wake up. So we have bees, so hopefully we'll be happy to have honey in the summer. But specifically, I want to challenge people to look at the resources in your own neighborhood. The people, like, let's talk to your neighbor and figure out what they want to do and work with each other. You do not need a grant or some type of program to get started. We don't get a lot of funding support. We don't. So we have to figure it out on our own. And we're just getting to the place now where we're getting support. And much of that support is coming from outside the state. But we're doing it here at home. So look at your neighbors, look at your friends, ask some more intentional questions about what you can do to make your communities better. And specifically in Spencer, there's so much talent in Spencer, so much. So reach out and look for the 4-H clubs, and look out for organizations that you can get involved with, not just for your kids, but for yourself, and talk to your neighbors. We're just in a time now where society, where we are ignoring each other. I just grew up in a small town where you knew about your neighbor, you knew about your people. We've gotten away from that, but you'll realize how much talent in your own neighborhood when you just connect and engage with each other. Have a cup of coffee, just say hi, wave. You never know how that changes the dynamics of your own community by just your neighborhood, just by engaging with people. So encourage them, whether it's Spencer, the East Side, wherever you live, just connect and engage and support. Share the tea with V. Y'all share this on your socials. Subscribe to them on YouTube. Follow her. Look at some of the old episodes. We have to do a better job of supporting our media professionals that are here, like what V is doing. Like, we got to do that more. This is not a attacking kind of thing, but we have talent here. So y'all do me a favor. Follow her, like her, share her, go look at some of her older stuff. Reach out to her if you have a story and ask her, can she feature you on her platform, because she's doing great work too.
Thank you. Oh, hugs. Okay. I know you. Thank you, Apollo. You're amazing. So before we close out, because we're gonna run the trailer one
Sure.
another time in case someone missed it at the beginning, and then we also gonna have it on our social media. And so we have posted the flyer, and we'll make sure that we connect the links and everything on there so people can share. And my hopes, I'm gonna try to see if I can give some tickets away, so I can get people to come. But I'm really thinking I want to maybe gear it towards some youth. So I'm debating on how I want to do this.
Okay.
But we'll make sure that we do our part on our end. Remember, we're being intentional, insightful, and impactful in everything that we do, guys, because we share the tea. We don't spill it. Thank you, Apollo. I
Thank you.
appreciate you again. All right, tune into this trailer.
It really kicked off when the grocery store closed on 23rd and MLK on the east side. That's when I started to understand more about the business of food and grocery. There was an access gap because there was a communication gap. This came from my own experiences with not having food. I realized that what they were asking for is not what people in leadership were delivering. We have a very particular passion to make sure we bypass all the bureaucracy and get this food directly into neighbors.
The greens were much cleaner than you get in the store. Kind of resonant of what it used to be when I was growing up.
Starts with understanding that what we're creating here is because we believe what we can do.
This is a model. This is a template that can be replicated and recreated nationwide.